Raul Beck, Top Clues, Lady Tech. Salvation known to you all. I know Nasu here. I'm black addict like a crack addict. Let's talk about it.
And you got Stephen Josie getting thinner. Let's talk about it. Man.
Today we got a book review for you guys. So, excuse me, it's not the normal book review because we're going to do a book review on The Richest Man in Babylon. Amazing book. So I've done my research. I've seen a lot of people making videos about this. They even have animations on it, which is amazing. But the thing is, they're not telling you how this book applied to them in their lives, how it made them better. So that's what we're going to share today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let my brother set it off first. I'm going to jump in right after. So again, this book is super good. Like it's based off of a story form. We're just going to pinpoint what stories apply to us the mostly, pretty much. So,
yeah.
What do you think?
Yo, so I just want to touch on one thing before we get started. So, boom, he said that this book is really good. I say it's beyond good. It's amazing. It's one of those self-help books. I'm not comparing it to the Bible to offend anyone, but I'm saying it's one of those self-help books that you're gonna come back to again and again and again and again repeatedly. Sure. I can't imagine me reading this less than once every 2 to 3 months, guaranteed, because that's how good it is.
Yeah, I keep it on me at all times. Either I got the actual physical copy or I got the audio book. Like, and then there's times where I'm like, I gotta hear that. And that's the thing, it's a really good story though. Like, so besides the fact that like I just want to like remember the deep rooted information that's going to progress me in life, because I just want to hear a good story right now. You know what I mean?
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
Okay, so check this out. So like, what makes this book crazy is not like the author just teaching you step by step on how to get money.
Yeah.
It's written in a story format. Now, for those of you, you guys probably ain't on my nerd level, but I was obsessed with Harry Potter, Narnia, Lord of the Rings, all these grand epic stories, and this is written in a story format, so it keeps it entertaining, and it's not just the author lecturing to you. So let's get into it.
I got one more. What?
Go ahead, man.
Okay, I'm gonna do me. So here's the thing. People have read or heard about so many great like self-help books, but then what happens is as you get there reading the self-help book, you're like, okay, what do I do from here? You know what I'm saying? Like I read this whole book and then like you feel motivated, but then like, okay, where do I go from here? Mm-hmm. This book don't leave you on that idea of where do I go next. It's outlined for you to be perfectly fine for you to do what you need to do. So anyways, let's get to it. Talk to us.
Oh, I got to add on that.
I thought I was going to move on.
Yeah, I lied.
Okay.
So what it pretty much comes down to is this: is you know how they say don't. The hardest way to learn is from your own mistakes. Mm-hmm. Learn from someone else's.
Facts.
This book puts that pretty much into practice. So it doesn't tell you to do anything for the most part. Mm-hmm. You get to listen to how these fictional characters live their lives, and by listening how their story went, you're like, oh, I definitely don't want to do that. I'd rather do this because that character developed in this way by doing these actions. So,
yes, or just like you just said, or you're like, oh, this happened to me before. You know what I'm saying? When it relates to this fictional story, you're like, oh, that's exact. Now since I relate to it, I want to apply what the wisdom is with the book. All right.
Okay, so like I said, it's written in it's written in story format. So I'm gonna give you guys one of the stories. I'm gonna tell you how it applies to my life and how I plan to take it with me. When I run a situation as such. So here we go. There's a story within The Richest Man in Babylon.
Hold on, before we continue.
God,
I want y'all. The thing is, people only think
we ain't gonna start this damn video.
Hey, we've been all through this book, the kids and all. This thing has been read through multiple times. I mean, not by just us, but obviously the kids as well. We've been in here, so we know what we're talking about. But go ahead, talk.
All right, so there's a story in the book, and it pretty much goes like this. So there's a farmer who can listen to animals. He can hear his farm animals talk. So he's putting his ear to the farm or to the barn, and he's hearing the ass and the ox talk to each other. And the ass is like, yo, what's up, ox? And the ox is like, yo, I'm hella tired. I've been plowing the field every day. Ass, you're lucky because, only thing you do all day is the farmer gets on top of you or the master gets on top of you, dress you with some nice robes, and you just got to ride him around the farm. And the ox like, man, I'm over there doing the hard labor, putting in that work every day. And the ass is like, yo, ox, you the homie. I'm going to do you solid. Next morning, when the slave comes in here to get you, what I want you to do is act like you're sick. So sick that you can't work. And then from there, they're going to have me do the work. I'm going to hold you down, Ox. And Ox like, yo, Ass, that's a great idea. I could use a break. Okay, cool. The next day, the slave comes in there to get the ox. And the ox just like, making all these weird ox sick sound, whatever sound a sick ox would make. You know what I'm saying? So the slave goes to the farmer and says, hey, the ox is sick. You know, he can't plow today. And you know what the farmer says? The plowing must go on. So
what do you mean by that?
I'm gonna tell you. So what he does is he gets the ass and he hitches him up so the ass is gonna do the plowing, just as planned. So the ass ends up plowing for the entire day. At the end of the day, the ass goes back into the barn to talk with the ox. And the ox is like, yo, ass, man, that was a great idea. Oh my God, I feel well rested. Great day of break. I feel awesome, man. I appreciate you. You the man. You my homie. You hold me down. I appreciate it. And the ass is like, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I just been working my whole day. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. You do your own work next time. In fact, if you ever pull some stuff like this again, I overheard the farmer saying that they're going to send you to the butcher talking that nonsense. So the moral of the story is this. If you want to help somebody, that's fine, but do not take on their burden. That is the biggest problem. So an example from my life without saying any names or anything like that, but
you call them out?
I ain't gonna do them like that.
Call them out, okay.
You know what I mean? But what ended up happening is this person wanted to go travel to see their family. This person had a sales job and wanted to go travel to see their family, but they didn't have money. They didn't have money to this happened years ago, but they didn't have money to fund their trip. So what ended up happening is he came to me for money, and me being a solid homie, and this just happens with people. Like you think giving someone money, that's loyalty. It's not. It's not loyalty. This person had a sales job. He had every capacity to get the $500 that I had the ability to get. So with that being said, he asked for $500. You know what I did? I gave him $500. You know, and
you're a good homie.
This happened years ago. He just called me a couple weeks ago to pay me back that $500.
Did you give it to you though?
He gave me the $500.
That's what's up. Okay.
But you got to keep in mind, that's not an investment. An investment is where you get a return on your money. Yeah. I'm getting the exact same money. In fact, I'm technically getting less because of inflation.
Pretty sure you needed it at some point too. You'd be like, I sure wish I had the extra money.
I could have used it. I could have used it.
Yeah.
Point being is this. I took on his burden. His burden was that, hey, I don't have enough money to go see my family in SoCal. And I took that burden on. That's not my burden. I got other things to take care of. I got kids to take care of. I got things like that. So if you're going to help somebody, do it in a way that doesn't put their problems on your back, because you got your own.
Perfect. That's facts. That's 100% facts. So let me get into my portion of the book that touched me the most. But again, there's tons of stories in here that's just as good. But this is one I tend to go back to when I'm trying to refer to this book being such a great book. So without making it, he went long on the story. I want to try to actually get the book, so I'll make it super short. So in the book, there's a gentleman. What's his name again? The guy in the beginning that he is mentioning about how like working hard, he wants to like level himself up.
Working hard. Oh, you talking about Arcad?
Yeah.
Arcad.
So Arcad, he's working, he's doing his job, he's doing all the things he could do, and he's realizing that, you know what, he's not going to get to where he wants to be. He's going to continue struggling. And at some point, there's a guy that comes over that is the richest man in Babylon. He actually asked the gentleman, like, excuse me, sir, like, how did you even get to that level? I need some help. And
no. Arcad is the richest man in Babylon. Arcad, this is you're talking the story of him as a youth.
Yes.
And he's talking to Algamish.
Yes.
Go ahead. Algamish is a wealthy man.
Okay, cool. You gonna keep cutting me off. You want to tell a story?
No, I don't want to tell a story. I'm just correcting the name. They don't think that we didn't read it.
No, just keep going. No, feel free. Cut me off again. You got the floor is yours, sir.
All right, man. I just want to get
you're gonna do it? Or I'm not gonna do it. Okay,
cool.
Get
the names right, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Great. So at some point he asked for help, like, how do I get to your level? And then the richest man says, okay, no problem. What's what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give you a little tip, and then I'm gonna revisit you and see how things are going. And then so during the story, he goes off for a while, and he comes back and he says, hey man, long time no see. Have you been doing what I've been telling you to do? And he actually does it, but he does it the wrong way. Anyways, now like going super deep into the story. The moral of the story is this. We all have opportunities to grow and become better. And the thing is, for us to grow and get better, we got to start to seek out help. We're constantly like trying to figure out, oh, I'm working this 9-to-5 job and think I'm going to have a yacht and like, the jacuzzis and the whips. When you look at your paycheck and you've been doing that job for year to year, day to day, your money's not going to line up to that. So there's something you got to do. Ask for help. One of my teachers told me this. He says, when a student is ready, a teacher will appear. So we got to start going out there trying to seek guidance and help from other people that are doing better than you. That's the only way you're going to progress. The last thing you want to do is make all these negative steps and get you nowhere. So that's all. We have mentors. He has one. I have way more than one. But these people are in a better spotlight than I am, or in a better light when it comes to, either financially or spiritually, wherever that may be. I go to them for advice, and then I say, lead me to where I need to go. Because again, if I don't ask for these people's help, I'm going to continue struggling and working and doing way more things I should be doing. That's actually detracting me from reaching my main goal. But yeah, that's what I got from.
Yeah, if I can add to that, it's simple as this. Like, do not take advice from someone you ain't trying to swap places with, especially when it comes to money matters. If they ain't got more money than you, why in the world is it even worth listening to these people?
It just imagine you've been listening to these people your whole life, and you've seen these people your whole life, and you see them never elevate or grow. Those are not the ones you want to get advice from. That's like saying, like, you go into you want to get fit, get swole, and you go to an overweight trainer that eats pizzas every day. You won't take advice from that person. You know why? Because you don't see that he has a discipline or even been through the type of regimen to get them to where they want to be. So how in the world can you tell me what to do?
If you don't listen to you, why should I listen?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anything else before we cut this one out?
Man, there's
we have more. We have so many more.
There's tons of stuff. There's tons of stuff. I just want to share with you guys some of the hard hitting passages within the book, if I could.
Oh, why search? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because again, this book gives you the ability. The stories in here like makes you think about actual life, not just a story where magical chariots break through the sky and all kind of crazy stuff. This is something that you can relate to. And you're like, okay, I can see myself in that position, or you heard of somebody in that position, and you're like, I know. After reading that story, I know how to get myself out of that position, not go through that same kind of turmoil. But
all right, so I'm gonna read to you guys something that stuff.
I think that was my.
This is mine.
You sure?
This is mine. I know it's mine.
How you know?
How you arguing over the notes? I'm telling. Who cares, man? Listen, I don't want to see that, man. Listen. All right, so this book or this passage, man, it pretty much just touches you, man. I've been reading this book in the doctor's office, just crying, laughing on how truth it is. So let me share with you guys what the book sounds like. So now I will tell you the unusual truth about men and sons of men. It is this, that what each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our income unless we protest to the contrary. So
what are you talking about? What page is that too, by the way?
This is page 29, man. They get cooking early. So what it's saying is this. It's saying this, like, hey, this is the truth of men. This is the truth of pretty much all people. When you get more money, it's crazy, but you're necessary. What you need starts to grow more. So, for example, if you make $1,500 a month and now you make $2,500 a month, you're gonna notice that you're still short on money because your necessary expense somehow grew. Somehow, when you got more money, there was more things you needed to survive. How does it happen? I don't know. But it's because
it goes from food, wire, shelter, and hella entertainment.
Yeah, exactly. So now you need this. Now I need YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
Now I need Netflix. Yeah. All this stuff. Now I need. I definitely got to go take my wife out a lot more because I got more money.
I got to buy more clothes. I'm making more money, so I got to lick the part.
It's pretty much it's insane. Like just because someone makes six figures, don't mean they're not living paycheck to paycheck. Right. Just because, and obviously someone making 50K or less, they're already living paycheck to paycheck most likely. It doesn't matter your level of income. It just says that if you don't protest or if you don't keep track of your money and where's it going and try to stop the necessary, I say necessary in quotes, from creeping up to the actual income you make. You already know this stuff, but once you hear it in the story, it touches the soul and provokes change. It's just that good. You're looking for more fire, aren't you?
No, I see it. I see it. But I mean, I feel like I want to tell him. I feel like
share with him, man. Share with him, man. We got a couple minutes, man.
We got a ton load for y'all. I'm pretty sure we will review this book more than once.
Hey, what'd you get the book? 1 out of 10, man.
1 out of 10. 1 being the worst and 10 being the best.
Yep.
I'll give it a. Okay, here's the thing. I will give it an 8.5 reading it. I will give it a 10 listening to the audio. What about you?
Oh man!
I said this is a top go-to book. Like I said, I read a book a week or a book every 2 weeks, depending on how the length of the book. And I tend to always come back to this book for a reason because it's on fire.
Well,
so what'd you give it?
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Reason being is because when you shared it with your lady,
Yeah.
she told me about it.
Yeah,
That's when I knew. I was like, oh,
yeah,
we on to something now. I'm giving it 10 out of 10 because we constantly are reading more and more self-help books. But we both agree, like, hey, we're gonna read this one every couple months.
Yeah, like so here's when I was breaking at this, like it's crazy because like so we tend to get the same book, so like, we're in part of a book club. So like what happened is like I'm like, y'all heard this book's fire, we'll start reading it, and then like we're like, oh that part's clean, that part's good, that part's good. This book, it was like, yo, you reading today? Like, bro, I've already been reading all day. Like this line is crazy. So we're just like going back and forth daily on like these amazing quotes in this book. Like that's how fire it was. It's so good that you don't want to keep it to yourself. You want to tell everybody about it.
You want to buy. I want to buy copies for the people.
Man,
it's that good.
It's that good. Like I'm at work and it's like, hey, heard this one book? Like, nah, I'm like, all right, cool. Here you go. Take this book. Talk to me tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's that good. It's you don't want to keep it to yourself. You
like, that good?
It's that good.
It's that good.
Anywho, with that being said, salvation unto you all. To our clues, lay attack. What I do?
Peace.